Welcome to Coffee Time with Brenda and Mary.
What are we talking about today?
Well, you know how we go. We just go with the flow.
Okay, then let's go.
To our viewers, today we're talking, like we talked last time about solar flares, and I left feeling like actually a little fearful because it feels like something so out of our control. Like the eclipses, the solar flares, like they're just kind of happening and we have no control over it. And I guess it started me thinking about fear and what that does. And so we're going to talk about fear and worry today because I think during my time of knowing you, I have been able to shift the way that I think about fear and worry. And when I feel afraid or worried about something, I snap myself. Like I actually used to wear an elastic and actually snap myself.
That's a good thing.
When I was feeling fearful about something, just to shift my thinking into something more positive.
That reminder, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to. The neat thing is we all have the choice on how we feel. Nobody can take that away from you. That's the one thing nobody can take away is I choose to feel a certain way.
Well, sometimes it feels like feelings fall out of the sky and they just like land on you. Like, where did they come from? Because we don't really think about how we're going to feel. It's more like it just kind of happens.
Yeah, so it feels like it's out of our control. We feel like a lot of things are out of control. There's uncertain times ahead.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of messages out there. Be fearful, get ready, something's happening. And then we feel it with the solar flares, the changes. You know, more people are arguing more than ever. People are having old traumas come up.
Yeah.
We're all reflecting. So how do we get out of that fear and worry? You know, I'm not going to say there's a magic wand to get anyone out. There is some self-work. There is self-reflection. So not everyone's comfortable to sit quietly and write down what makes me fearful.
Mm-hmm.
What really is scaring me?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the unknown? Is it the fact that I don't have control? Is it something that I can't even grasp what it is?
Mm.
All feelings, all emotions stem from a belief. So if you can kind of think about it, like, okay, let's think of like the solar flares made you scared,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So if you really think about it, you're choosing to be fearful of the solar flare. Is that logical to be scared of something? Why not investigate it? Why not look at it as a different experience? So everything that comes at us, every experience, every challenge, I have the choice to look at it as positive, neutral, or negative. So the solar flare is something I don't understand. Actually, I do understand because I do a lot of research on it. But let's say I didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why am I going to let this unknown thing scare me? Because A, it could be beneficial. But it could be at least neutral. Or it could be scary or negative. But I choose that.
Mm.
So you take what's scaring you. Perhaps a situation that you don't know what's coming, the future you don't know what's coming. Deep breathly and ask yourself if you're willing to. Not everyone is willing to do the self-reflection. It's not easy. Brenda, what scares me about the solar flare? All right, it's happening to everyone. Humans are evolving. There's just all this unknown. You hear about the ascension process and not everyone's going to go through it. I worry about my family. Are they being affected? Why am I getting hot flashes and the people are around me are not? Am I moving and they're not moving? Am I leaving them behind? Will they come with me?
Okay, now I'm afraid of a lot of things. Thanks for that.
But these are the fears that are coming up in humanity right now.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't know how to deal with them. And they feel like they're losing their mind. They're should I really work on myself? And this is a big one. If you're a mom We love our children so much, even if they're adult children, right? We love our spouses, we love our families, we love our pets. And some people say, but what about this? And what about that? If I work on myself, well, see if they don't, and I leave them behind. You know, you work on yourself, your reality gets better, your fear and worry start to melt away. And because of your positivity and the work you're doing, you're bringing in more light. You're letting go of negative beliefs, bringing in more calmness and clarity. With that, you're going to hold a calmness, a clarity, more light for the ones that you love. This is why you do the work. You do it for you, but you do it for those around you. I think that's my motivation.
Yeah, I guess if I was a blank slate and if somebody asked me, would you rather be the person that walks into a room and brings negativity and fear and doom and gloom with them? Or would you rather be the person that comes into a room and people feel safe and they feel happy and they feel supported? And I guess that's the one I would choose.
That's
you
right.
know, so if I want to be that person, then I have to do the work.
That's right. And it is work. Now, this is another thing. This topic can be really huge.
Yeah.
Because some people will say, but it's so hard to heal, to self-work, all that's so hard. That's just your belief it's so hard. Whatever we believe, the universe will show you. So I said, my healing journey took so long. It took 15 years of releasing. That's because that's what I believed I needed. Now, on the other side of it, I thought, wow, I could have did this so much faster if I changed the belief that it had to take long, that it had to be hard. In this new energy, people, face your fear and then say, I'm done with it. Fear does not control my life. I'm stopping, I'm dissolving, I'm transmuting the fear. I now trust in my magnificence. I trust in my divinity. I trust in this world that we're moving to of light. We have so much support. I now trust it so much that I can create happiness, joy, peace, clarity so easily because I dissolved those old beliefs, those old paradigms that I didn't have a choice, that I was nothing, that I didn't matter, that I should be fearful.
Right.
No way. Shut off the news. Don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Watch what you bring into your being, especially in this time. It's time to wake up and feel that love in your heart and let it guide you to feeling better. So whenever I'm worried, I don't get worried anymore. I'm just in bliss, but I remember what it was like. And I remember saying, Archangel Michael, please come in and dissolve this worry. And instantly it would dissolve. But then it would come back because there's that belief pattern back there saying, be worried, you're not good enough, you're not going to make it. So sometimes we get worried about the future, about going out there and chatting with people. Someone called the other day, Brenda, I'm fearful as I'm going to a corporate barbecue and I have to talk to people. And I'm like, oh, how cute.
Yeah.
But that's a big fear for the person.
I feel like people are very afraid for their kids going forward into the future in many, many different ways. But what you're saying is if you believe that the future is scary, that's not really helping your kids because the reaction you have is fear and then you take action on that fear, which sometimes can drive your kids nuts. The stuff we do when we're afraid, right? Like,
absolutely.
So really, fear is a reaction and maybe courage is a choice.
That's right. And what I do for my kids, I know that's a big thing, family, right? As I say, my children, my spouse, they are thriving, they're healthy, and they're happy. And then my house is full of love, joy, and happiness. And with that, I imagine them in their best state. So let's say the opposite. I hear people saying, I'm worrying about my child all the time. Well, you're actually sending them like a dark cloud of worry with them.
Mm-hmm.
If you realize your words and your thoughts matter, and you start to realize how many times you worry or you're fearful during the day, bringing awareness to that is key. That's step number 1.
Yeah, so if you want your kids to be better, you have to be better.
That's right.
Is that
And
it?
you start to change the way you're thinking. If you are having a problem and you're like, I just can't get out of it, it's too big, reach out. Join the free calls on Tuesdays, because we release layer by layer. And some people have some amazing breakthroughs where they said, I used to be worried about this and it just went away.
Yeah.
Because sometimes those things break.
Mm-hmm.
Using affirmations. It's doing that self-work, meditating. And how do you meditate? Do we ever do a chat about meditation?
I feel like we've talked about it a couple times, but not as a topic on its whole,
No,
like
we
by
should,
itself.
because meditation seems like this scary thing, but it's really, if you can breathe deeply and focus on your breath, you're meditating. So let's take the fear out of that.
Yeah.
So you want to reconnect with that magnificence and know, in this time, the fear and the worry, what it's trying to do is trying to pull you back so you stay in the old paradigm. It is so important right now to choose. I'm going to heal. I'm going to find my connection to my divinity, because you are a magnificent being, and do the work, the daily work it takes to get into a place of healing, calm, positivity. Your actions, your thoughts, your words are so important in this new energy that is manifesting faster than ever before.
Yeah. And you also offer your 15-minute consult. So if you're out there and you've got some fears that are really overwhelming for you, give Brenda a call, and it's a free chat to see how she can support you in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're all in this together. Let's all move into the new earth together. Compassion, love, clarity, fun, bliss, inspiration, compassion.
Oh my God,
I'm
my
so
husband!
excited.
My husband be saying Pollyanna, like he'd be saying, "Oh brother," rolling his eyes. But it does take work, and it takes practice, just like everything else. And we can get you to a better place. For more information, check out www.sobrilliant.ca and join us for the free healing calls Tuesday nights. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
If you have any questions or comments, visit us at sobrilliant.ca.
Sending you lots of love and light. Until next time.